Hey guys, what's going on? Darrell Addison at Torpedopot.com, where we make self-growing planters. These planters are literally growing my peas without me having to be there. As a matter of fact, I'm going away on vacation, and when I come back, I better see some flowers on these plants. All I did with these torpedo pots is walk up to the planter, drop my seed in the planter, put my plants in the planter, turn my knob, time it, water time it, the schedule that you want for your plants, and literally just walked away. I look at my plants and I say, hey, maybe you need a little fertilizer. Maybe that soil is not up to par. Well, we don't use synthetic fertilizers. We use organic fertilizers to grow this food. That's why there's 70 pea plants in each planter. These torpedo pots, these self-growing planters, are going to grow your food without you having to be there. We expect something between 1,500 to maybe 5,000 peas on these planters. That's our goal. This is 40 feet. They're fully automated systems, and we expect to have that. There's a strategy to growing these peas in this planter. And every planter, we have a head of celery. And every one of these self-growing planters, we planted a little seedling celery. And that celery has grown, and we've literally harvested those small little growings that we've had. We've already picked 3 pounds. I cut my celery down because now my peas are developing and growing and coming out. I don't want the celery to inhibit the growth of the peas. And that's why I use strategy when we're doing our development, our garden. Torpedo pot waters, it's an automated watering system. So each of the planters you see behind me growing that volume of food, I don't have to come out and water them. These torpedo pots water my food for me. I don't have to water my food anymore. I don't have to do any of that because it does it all for me. And what's so good about it is that I get to have a harvest like nothing you've ever seen before. Something that you should see. Now remember now, I'm growing all of these planters and I'm saying that, hey, listen, excuse me, I've got to go away on vacation. So now I've got 30 planters operating by themselves with no human intervention while you go on vacation. So all of the food that you have will not be wasted because you're not there to water them. You don't have to be attached or enslaved to your garden. I want you to let go of your garden and let it grow. The more you enslave yourself to your garden, the more you will never get any food out of it like you should. Remember this, you cannot grow your food. I don't care how much you worry or walk around it, you can't grow it. Food grows by itself. Growth is part of ours and the foods and everything around us that has some form of life. That's part of their genetic inheritance. You're supposed to grow. So the question is now, can we put that seed or those seedlings in an environment so that we can maximize the growth? And that's what we do even with our children. We're trying to create environments to maximize that growth. So we don't need to add fertilizers and all this type of chemical stuff to our children, so why are we adding it to our plants? Take a step back and understand that your plants have been growing long before you've ever touched foot on this earth. And they fed millions of people long before you touched this earth. So that biotic process that grew them then is still available now. Torpedo pot, our self-growing planters, creates that biotic environment for your plant. So now we can do things that is never done before. Take off and grow and produce like we're producing 1,500 to 2,000 pea pods in a small area. Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com, Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com. Wanted to show you guys what you could do with your torpedo pots. You should be able to do the exact same things that I have here and even greater. The harvest that we have from these torpedo pots, they're going to be pure food because we don't use fertilizers. The texture and the shape, all of those properties needed to make food quality, to last the way it was designed to last, so it could decay in our stomachs and not last any longer than that. So all of the properties that we have needs to be in that food, and it is. Torpedo pot grows it. All I do is pick it and eat it, from garden to table, all of my food. The planters that you see before me right now, these Torpedopots, they're growing 2,000, like I said, 1,500, so we're hoping maybe 5,000 pods, pea pods in this, and more. But after this harvest is done, which is going to be about another month, because you're going to see flowers like you've never seen before in about another 2 weeks. And another month, we're going to take the peas, we're going to remove them, and then we're going to put in tomatoes and grow between probably, I'm thinking from 2,000 to 5,000 tomatoes. That's our goal. That's what we want to do. Why? Because we did it before. We know it can be done. And we want to show you that Torpedopot will grow your food. Because growing is not governed by anything, whether we like it or not. All properties grow. I just want you to create a condition so that food can grow and take off. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com, where we make self-growing planters that grows your food. And this is so beautiful. Now, I'm training these plants, and I want you to see what's going on here. The peas are on the outside of the planter. So, around the ring of the planter is where we planted all our pea seeds. We took celery and put it in the middle of the planter. And I know you can't probably see that, but it's in the middle. So all of these will fall out like big rings, and equally, they'll be fed equally, and they'll get the equal amount of sunlight all around this ring here. They'll get that as much as possible. And then they'll start to fall over and curl and roll out. And then we'll let the celery come back and start growing and taking its place. In the meantime, these will be able to produce buds, and you're going to see the actual fruit. You're going to see bean pods on these plants, and they're beautiful. And then we're going to take those bean pods, we're going to collect them. We're going to take the plants and start pulling them out, leaving the nodules in the bottom of the planter, not only cutting out the top portion. Disposing of that in our compost bin. Then we're going to put our tomato seeds, just push it in by finger, and we're going to continue growing like nothing ever happened. I want you to understand this. If it takes you more time to grow your food than it takes to harvest your food, then you got the wrong growing system. Because no one should waste time growing food. That long period of growth, you don't even need to be there. It's all natural. So anytime it takes you more time, again, to grow your food, rather it be through creating seedlings or whatever you choose to do, if it takes you more time to do that than it takes for you to harvest, right now, growing my food is not a problem. I come out, maybe spend an hour a week just feeding them with a 3-12-12 organic fertilizer. Otherwise, and I come down to shape them and form them to grow. It's like a 10-15 minute job. I do it for fun. I haven't pulled out any weeds yet because they're so densely populated, you don't have all those weeds growing. But this is absolutely beautiful. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com, where we make self-growing planters that grows your food for you. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, let me know if you like these long videos, okay? All right, bye-bye.